All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into the story of a man from Bihar, India, a story that's this crazy mix of crime, politics, and just raw power. I mean, his life sounds like it's straight out of a Bollywood movie script.
So, on one side of the coin, you've got the lawmaker. This is a guy who's been elected to the state assembly not once, but multiple times. He's a representative of the people, right? Chosen by them.
But then you flip that coin over, and he's a criminal, a wanted man. The official record? It tells a completely different story. We're talking dozens of charges, serious stuff, like kidnapping, murder, and probably the most famous one, getting caught with an AK-47 assault rifle in his house. And then there's this third side to him. Back in his home turf, Mokama, a lot of people don't see a criminal at all. To them, he's a kind of Robin Hood figure, a savior, the guy who steps in when the system lets them down. So that's the big question, the real puzzle we're digging into today. Who is the real Anant Singh?
Okay, so let's get into it. Section 1. The Enigma of Chote Sarkar. To really understand this guy, you've got to start with his nickname. It says it all.
Right, so he's called Chote Sarkar. That literally means little government, and there's a great story behind it. See, his older brother was a big political player, and they called him Bade Sarkar, or big government. Anant, well, he was the muscle, the enforcer, so naturally he became the little government, the real power on the ground.
All right, Section 2, an origin forged in revenge. So how does someone become this local strongman? Well, his story doesn't start with politics. Nope, it starts with a blood feud, with a really brutal act of revenge. And you can see just how quickly things escalated. Look at this timeline. He's jailed for the first time at just 9 years old. But the real turning point, the moment everything changes, is when its older brother is murdered. The legend, and it is a legend, is that he swims across the massive Ganges River and kills his brother's murderer with a stone. I mean, an act like that, that's what cemented his reputation. That's what put him on the path to becoming who he is.
Okay, on to Section 3, the politician and the strongman. So once you've got that kind of fearsome reputation, you become very useful to powerful people. He became this ally that everyone needed, but nobody was really comfortable with.
And this is where things get really fascinating. Look at this game of alliances. He's a master at playing both sides. You've got Nitish Kumar's party, the JDU, on one side, and Lalu Prasad Yadav's party, the RJD, on the other. He helps Nitish win a key election, and then Nitish's government arrests him. He has major clashes with Lalu's side, and then, years later, Lalu's party gives him a ticket to run for office. It just goes to show you, right? In his world, there are no permanent friends or enemies. There's only interest, only power.
Which, of course, brings us to the biggest question of all. Section 4, Robin Hood of Mokama. Seriously, how does a guy with this kind of record, this history of flipping allegiances, how does he keep getting elected? He's literally won elections from inside a jail cell. Well, the answer is all about that Robin Hood image he has.
So for the people in his area, he's not just a politician, he is the government. It's like he runs a whole parallel system. He'll hold his own courts to settle disputes. People can't afford a wedding or medical bills, they go to him. He's funding schools, hospitals. He gets stuff done when the official government doesn't. And there's this popular saying there, the system might fail, but Chote Sarkar never fails. It's this wild mix of genuine help and, well, total control.
But let's be clear, this isn't just charity work. There is an edge to it, a very sharp one. Just listen to this quote from him in an interview. If I shoot you right now, what will you do? What will the government do? I mean, who says that? It's that raw, unfiltered defiance that perfectly captures the power he holds. And what's really wild is that this kind of stuff has turned him into a huge internet meme star in India. He's become this symbol of, anti-authority cool.
All right, so moving on to Section 5, crime, cases, and conviction. Let's put aside the memes and the Robin Hood stories for a second and look at the black and white official record, because it tells a very different story.
Yeah, his rap sheet is long. This table is really just a small sample, but you can see the pattern right away. He gets accused of really horrific things, rape, murder. He gets arrested, but then, time and again, he gets acquitted. It's controversial, to say the least. It really does feel like the justice system just doesn't know what to do with him, or it just bends to his will.
But then, one charge finally stuck. For a while, anyway. This was the big one. An AK-47 assault rifle and explosives were found at his house. and for that, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. This wasn't just any charge. It was under a really strict anti-terror law, the UAPA, and this was a huge deal. It got him kicked out of his legislator seat. It looked like it might be the end of the road for him.
So, on to Section 6. The saga continues, because with this guy, the story is never over. Just when you think he's down and out, he proves you wrong. He lost his seat, he was in jail, and then 2024 happened.
And bam, a totally shocking twist. In August of 2024, the Patna High Court acquits him. They overturned that massive UAPA conviction. The court even said there was political enmity involved from the police side. Just like that, his most serious conviction, gone, wiped clean. And what does he do? He immediately starts making nice with Nitish Kumar, the same guy who was his ally, then his foe. He was right back in the game.
And this, right here, this is the real secret to his power. He gets jailed again in 2025 on another charge, but does it matter? Not really. Because his wife just runs for his old seat and wins. The family's power in Mahakama is totally secure. The dynasty is intact. Even from a jail cell, Chode Sarkar is still in charge, just waiting for his next move.
So it all comes back to this one final question. Is the Don of Mahakama just a product of a broken system? You know, is he what happens when politics fails the people? Or is he something else? Has he just figured out how to master that broken system, to use its failures to his own advantage? That's the real enigma of Anant Singh.